Okay, so we're going to show two things right now. First, we're going to construct an angle bisector. So construct, which means we're using the compass. And we're going to be doing an angle bisector. And an angle bisector basically cuts an angle in half, divides it in two. So we'll take any angle. This one's actually pretty basic. Construct any angle. Some of the questions may tell you to construct a particular angle. It doesn't matter. So here's my angle. I'm going to place my circle on the vertex of the angle. I'm going to find an arc that will cross both arms like that. And there we go. I did the first arc. Now I'm going to take that same measurement here, so I do not move the slide at all. So that's why this becomes very easy. I'm going to go to the two intersection points where the arc intersects that angle, and I'm going to create two more overlapping arcs with the same measure, and I'm going to see where they overlap each other. So I kind of know that it's going to be somewhere over here, and I create an overlapping point. So all three of these arcs were done with the same measure. Okay, once you do the first one, then simply take your ruler, and where these two arcs intersect, you draw a line through that intersection point, through all the way to the vertex of your angle, and boom, you have two equal angles here for your angle bisector. Let's take a quick look at that again, nice and easy. So you have any line. Let's make a bigger angle here. Let's make a really big one, an obtuse angle just for fun. Make it a little bit longer. I'm going to put the circle onto the vertex. I'm going to draw an arc through both arms. Then I'm going to go to each, and I'll mark them with a circle, it helps. Each point where that arc intersected the arms, I'm going to go to each of those points and draw that arc again. There we go. And where they intersect here, which is right here, I'm going to draw a line through that intersection point all the way to the vertex. And now I know I've got these two equal angles. I've denoted it with an X. So that's angle bisectors. So for this video, we're going to construct a right bisector. And that simply means we are going to be taking a line, any line, and we are going to, number one, find the midpoint. That's what the bisector means. Bisector is cut it in half again. Just like we did an angle bisector, we cut the angle in half. We are this time bisecting a line. We want to find the midpoint, but we also want to find that midpoint and create a line at that midpoint that is perpendicular. That's what the right part means. The right part actually means right angle. That's what the right means. So it's going to be a line that should go right through the midpoint where we cut this line in half exactly. It's very, very simple. All you do is you take your circle and you put it over one of the ends of your line. Now you find an arc that's a little bit past the halfway point here. Okay, you can't do an arc like this. It has to be a bit past the halfway point, and then you draw above and below. Now, part of what you'll see is that you need to do a right bisector. You need to leave space below and above when you're drawing that line. You can't have the page ending here because then that arc won't be able to go below. Now, without changing the slide, I'm going to put the circle on the right end point of that line, and I'm going to do that same arc here. So they cross over. Be careful with these compasses if you're choosing the inside point on the slide, not to switch between the inside and the outside. Now, you can see I've got two points of intersection. Your arcs have to intersect above and below. And that is going to, when we connect those two, that's going to give us, number one, the bisector, which means that if I label these A, B, C, we would know then that AB is equal to BC in length, and we can mark that with, let's say, those two little lines. We also know that this angle here is a right angle, and that's how you do a right bisector.